lack of adversity. And by the way, that's good, because it's what teaches us how to get back up. You fall down, you get back up. It always happens. And you get certain gifts in life, and you want to take advantage of those. But I guess my advice on adversity and success would be to be proud not of your gifts.
Have you ever been stuck between two decisions where waiting feels safe but losing momentum? Jeff Bezos says, hesitation kills more careers than bad choices. Most people don't fail because they lack intelligence or capability. They fail because they hesitate at the exact moment when movement matters more than certainty. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The longer you delay a decision, the more that decision begins to control you. It sits in the background, drains your focus, slows your momentum, and quietly shapes your future while you pretend you are still thinking. Here are 7 rules that win tough decisions. Wait until rule number 4 will resolve an inner struggle you might have when it comes to tough decision. Most people believe success comes from making perfect decisions. They assume the goal is to gather enough information, analyze every angle, and eliminate every possible risk before acting. But high-level decision makers operate differently. They understand that perfection is not the goal, progress is. They know that waiting for full clarity is often just a refined form of fear. Because in reality, certainty rarely arrives before action. It usually comes after it. And the people who move forward are not necessarily the ones who know more. They are the ones who are willing to act with less. Rule 1 flips this completely. One of the most powerful shifts in decision-making is understanding that not all decisions carry the same weight. Some decisions are permanent and difficult to reverse. Others are flexible, adjustable, and easy to change. The mistake most people make is treating every decision as if it is permanent. They overanalyze small choices and delay actions that could easily be corrected later. Smart leaders do the opposite. They move quickly on decisions that can be reversed and reserve deep analysis for decisions that truly matter. This creates speed. And speed creates something far more valuable than certainty. It creates feedback. When you move quickly, you generate information that thinking alone cannot provide. You test ideas in reality instead of in theory. You discover what works and what doesn't through action, not speculation.
But of your hard work and your choices. So, you may be, the kinds of gifts you get in life, you might be really good at math. It might be really easy for you. That's a kind of gift. But practicing that math and taking it to the next step, that could be very challenging and hard and take a lot of sweat. That's a choice. You can't really be proud of your gifts because they were given to you.
While others are still debating, you are already learning. And over time, that learning compounds into an advantage that cannot be matched by those who rely only on analysis. This is why speed is not recklessness. It is leverage. It allows you to adapt faster, adjust sooner, and improve continuously. The next rule is about long-term thinking and how this will benefit your outcome. But there is one thing people misunderstand when it comes to this. They default to decisions that provide immediate relief. They choose what feels safe, predictable, and socially acceptable because it reduces pressure in the moment. But strong leaders think differently. They are willing to make decisions that may feel difficult now because they understand how those decisions will compound over time. They are willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term gain. They accept being misunderstood, questioned, or even criticized in the present because they are focused on outcomes that unfold in the future. This requires a shift in focus from process to outcome. Many people become attached to how things are done instead of what those actions produce. They want to look competent, sound intelligent, and prove their reasoning. But outcomes do not respond to appearance. They respond to execution. The most effective decision makers are not concerned with being right in theory. They are concerned with what actually works in practice. They ask a different question: what action will move this forward? That question cuts through unnecessary complexity and redirects attention toward results. If you are still defending your ego and try to be right, listen to rule number 4, as it will change your perspective. This discrepancy creates an internal tension that many people struggle to resolve. The desire to be right is powerful. It feels good to defend your position, to win an argument, to prove your logic. But being right and being effective are not the same thing. In many cases, insisting on being right can damage relationships, slow progress, and block better solutions. Strong leaders learn to separate ego from outcome. They understand that success is not about proving a point. It is about achieving a result. This mindset becomes especially important in teams. Many organizations struggle not because they lack good ideas, but because they fail to execute decisions once they are made. People continue to debate, question, and hesitate even after a direction has been chosen. This creates friction, slows momentum, and weakens results. Effective teams operate differently. They allow disagreement during the decision-making process, but once a decision is made, they commit fully. They move forward with clarity and alignment, even if not everyone initially agreed. Because execution requires unity, not endless discussion. Stay tuned, as the next rule will show you what separates great leaders from good ones. Another hidden challenge in decision-making is the tendency to prioritize what is visible over what is valuable. People often choose projects that bring recognition, attention, or short-term rewards. They focus on what can be seen, measured, and praised. But many of the most important decisions are invisible. They involve systems, structures, and long-term positioning. They do not produce immediate results or public acknowledgement, yet they create the foundation for future success. Leaders who understand this focus their energy on what matters, not on what looks impressive. At the same time, strong decision-making requires the ability to challenge assumptions. Many people seek alignment too quickly. They prefer agreement over tension because it feels more comfortable. But comfort can lead to weak decisions. When ideas are not tested, questioned, or challenged, they remain fragile. Effective leaders create environments where different perspectives are encouraged. They allow friction in thinking because they understand that truth often emerges through disagreement. This does not mean creating conflict for the sake of conflict. It means valuing clarity over comfort. Fear of failure is another factor that slows decision-making. Many people avoid making decisions because they are afraid of being wrong. They associate failure with weakness, loss, or judgment. But in reality, failure is part of the process. Every decision carries risk. Every action has uncertainty. The goal is not to eliminate failure, but to learn from it quickly. The more decisions you make, the more feedback you receive. The more feedback you receive, the better your future decisions become. Avoiding failure does not protect you. It limits your growth. This leads to a deeper understanding of confidence. Confidence does not come from certainty. It comes from experience. It comes from making decisions, seeing outcomes, adjusting, and repeating the process. The more you engage with reality, the more capable you become. Waiting for certainty delays this process. Acting accelerates it. Confidence is built through action, not through thinking. At the same time, effective leaders do not try to make every decision themselves. They recognize that not all decisions deserve equal attention. They focus on high-impact choices that shape direction, strategy, and long-term outcomes. They eliminate unnecessary decisions and delegate where possible. In the end, your future is not determined by the number of options you have. It is determined by the decisions you make and the speed at which you are willing to act on them. Because opportunities do not wait, they move. And if you do not move with them, you are not staying still, you are falling behind. The difference between those who advance and those who remain stuck is not knowledge, it is execution. It is the willingness to act when things are uncertain, to commit when outcomes are not guaranteed, and to adjust when results are not immediate. This is what separates decision makers from observers. And once you understand this, something shifts. You stop trying to eliminate uncertainty and start using it. You stop waiting for clarity and start creating it. You stop avoiding decisions and start making them. Because you realize that the real risk is not making the wrong decision. The real risk is not making one at all. Which rule will you use first? Comment, what is yours? Like if you're making one decision today,